students. In this video, we will review questions number 63 through 67 of the 2024 SHSAT Practice Exam, Form B. Grab a notebook and pencil, and let's get started. Number 63. What is the value of 3 1/4 minus 1 2/3 minus negative 4 1/2? Let's write out our problem. When subtracting a negative, we know that the sign is going to change into a positive. So we're actually adding 4 1/2. So now we have 3 1/4 minus 1 2/3 plus 4 1/2. Our next step is to get the common denominator for all of these fractions. We will change the denominators to a 12 by multiplying the first fraction by 3/3, multiplying the second fraction by 4/4, and multiplying the third fraction by 6/6. Now we have 3 3/12 minus 1 8/12 plus 4 6/12. Since 3 is smaller than 8, we will have to borrow from the whole number 3. It will become a 2, and we will add 12/12 to this fraction. So now we have 2 15/12 minus 1 8/12 plus 4 6/12. 2 minus 1 is 1, and 15 minus 8 is 7. We have 1 7/12. We're going to add that to 4 6/12. Now we have 5 13/12. Instead of leaving 13/12 as an improper fraction, we would prefer to turn it into a mixed number. So this will become 5 plus 1 1/12, which is equivalent to 6 1/12. So C is the correct answer. Let's head over to the next problem. Number 64. On Fran's map, 2 centimeters represents 3 kilometers. The points on this map that represent Fran's home in Bryant State Park are 4.5 centimeters apart. How many kilometers apart are Fran's home and Bryant State Park to the nearest kilometer? So since 2 centimeters represents 3 kilometers, we need to know what 4.5 centimeters represents. We can set up a proportion. We have 2/3 equals 4.5 over x. Then we will cross multiply. So 2x equals 13.5, and then we will divide both sides by 2. X equals 6.75. Since 13 divided by 2 is 6, we have a remainder of 1. 15 divided by 2 is 7. We have another remainder of 1. We're going to add a 0 here. 10 divided by 2 is 5. The question states how many kilometers apart are Fran's home and Bryant State Park to the nearest kilometer. So we will round the final answer to 7 kilometers. G is the correct answer. Number 65, solve for x in terms of y if 2x plus 4 equals y. We have 2x plus 4 equals y. We want to solve for x. The first step is to subtract 4 on both sides. Since these are not like terms, we're going to have y minus 4 as 2 separate terms. Our next step is to divide both sides by 2. So the answer can be expressed as a singular fraction, y minus 4 over 2, or in some cases, you may see y over 2 minus 4 over 2, which could also simplify to y divided by 2 minus 2. For the purposes of our problem, it looks like the final answer is expressed as a singular fraction. So A is the correct answer. Number 66, Brian completed a 100-meter race in 11.74 seconds. Lewis completed the same race in 11.69 seconds. What was the difference between their times expressed as a fraction of a second? We can subtract the 2 times. 11.74 seconds minus 11.69 seconds is going to be our subtraction problem. We can't do 4 minus 9, so we will borrow. 7 will become a 6. Now we have 14 minus 9 is 5, 6 minus 6 is 0, and 11 minus 11 is 0. So this is technically 5/100ths. But in simplest form, we have 1/20. So the correct answer is E. Number 67. A total of 24 students in a math class took a 100-point test. None of the students scored 100 points. 75% of the students scored less than 82 points, and the lowest score in the class was 54 points. Which box plot best represents the test scores from this math class? Remember the 5 key data points when looking at a box and whisker plot. The first tick mark here is typically the smallest data point in the data set. And the last tick mark here is typically the biggest data point in the data set. Because the problem specifically said that the lowest score in the class was 54 points, I'm looking to see when this tick mark is lining up with 54. So A is a potential answer, so is B. C is not a potential answer because it's looking like 51 or maybe 52. And D is also a potential answer because it's lining up at 54 for the smallest data point. That's the lowest score. So far, A, B, or D can be a potential answer. The next piece of information we have is that none of the students scored 100 points. So when we look here, A looks good because it says that none of the students scored 100, so that looks good. Right here, B could be one of the potential answers, but look at D. This box and whisker plot is saying that the highest score was 100, but the problem specifically said that none of the students scored 100 points. So we're going to eliminate answer choice D. The third piece of information that I would work with is this second piece right here. 75% of the students scored less than 82 points. So that's going to be from the third quartile backwards. So I would look for this vertical line to the right of the box to be positioned at 82 points. And it's not. For answer choice A, it's positioned at around 73. So A is incorrect. For answer choice B, the third line in the box is positioned at 82. So that means 75% of the students scored less than 82. So B is the correct answer. If you learned something in this video, please go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.